Hammer Bowling. Nothing hits like a hammer.
Running my own daycare means I always have my hands full. Using Square means I have one less thing to worry about. Now I can accept credit cards right on my phone. Parents love the convenience, and I love how affordable it is. It's just 2.75% per swipe. Now that getting paid is so simple, I can focus on more important things, like story time.
Start accepting credit cards today. Get your free Square card reader at square.com.
This is the first day of my life. Swear I was born right in the doorway. I went out in the rain, suddenly everything changed. They're spreading blankets on the beach.
You're not just looking for a house. You're looking for a place for your life to happen. Zillow.
Big Monday features two big road tests with conference implications. First, with the Big East standings at stake, Brendan, Trish, and the Cuse take on Vanderblue and Big East leading Marquette. Then, a must-win game for the Jayhawks, fighting to capture a 9th straight Big 12 title. Freshman phenom Ben McLemore in Kansas need a road win against Iowa State. Syracuse, Marquette at 7, Kansas, Iowa State at 9. Tomorrow on ESPN.
Your local coffee shop.
We offer a different energy, we offer a different vibe, and a very high-quality product.
Your mechanic.
I know you and I know your car.
Your insurance agent. Your optometrist. Your florist.
59 Main Street in Port Washington, New York.
We'll drive with my wife in the car and I'll go like, I did that house, and I like that. It makes me feel good.
The tailor who stays 15 minutes late for a last-minute repair.
Just above the shirt sleeve, like 4 inches from the thumb.
Our local businesses are a vital part of our communities.
I do know most of my customers by name.
I know who they are. I know who their families are.
So at Optimum, we support them with high-speed internet, unlimited calling, fair, simple pricing, and 24/7 live local customer support. Today, more local businesses rely on Optimum than any other phone or internet provider.
Dolphin Bookshop, how can I help you?
Because we understand how important it is to support our local businesses.
Well, you know, you try to help out your neighbors.
Maybe because we're local too.
Welcome back to ESPN's live coverage of the USBC Masters. After his opening match win, Parker Bone III finds himself trailing by 41 pins right now, Randy.
And during the break, Chuck Gardner and Parker Bone III having a conversation. We're going to go down right now to the tour product specialist for Brunswick, Chuck Gardner. Chuck, what were you and Parker talking about when we went to break?
Well, the lanes are starting to go through some transition right now. They were really crisp on the back the first game, and now they're starting to push down a little bit. The ball's starting to labor. Just talked about moving back a little bit left, get a little firmer, a little straighter through the front, so the ball go through the pins a little better.
Thank you, Chuck.
All right, so Parker Bone, 6th frame. He has seen Wes Malott throw 6 straight strikes. Parker working on a spare.
Well, after the first game when Parker shot 278 and it was all strikes except for 2-9 spares, he's got to feel like he's on an episode of Punk'd right now, because every ball now is just getting 9.
Mentally very difficult to recover from that. Such a successful first match, and you figure you're not going to be that strong maybe in the second match. Maybe you're not going to come out with a front 7, but Parker Bone now sees Wes Malott in that same position.
And we talked about how difficult it is to win this event, but it's especially difficult when you try to climb the entire ladder when you have 5 players on the show. That 4th and 5th seed have never won. The 3rd seed has only won once.
Top seed batting below 500, so I'm picking Stuart Williams today, the 2nd seed.
Really going out on the limb, Lon?
Parker back in his strike zone.
Come on, bro.
Well, there's still time. Parker's max score 248, but Wes Malott is already in the 240s.
Malott has been having problems with that left knee. Kimberly's got a little more on that.
Actually, between
Wes has a torn meniscus that he first felt at the World Series of Bowling late last year, and it really flared up the winter swing in Detroit. And he says a little better right now. And Kimberly does have a little more on this.
Lana was able to speak to Wes during the commercial break, and he said yesterday his left knee gave out just a little bit, but today it feels really good, and he doesn't think there's going to be a problem with it.
So far, so good, Randy.
Yeah, he told us last night as well on that his left knee has actually felt pretty good. And for a man of this size, having a torn meniscus in that left slide knee, take it from a guy who's had 3 knee surgeries. I know what it's all about to have pain in that left knee. He's throwing the ball amazingly well.
Perfect through 6. Wes Malott back on the approach. 10-pin.
Well, that's a really nice shot coming out of commercial. He sat for a while. They had a pin in the back. You take a look at this footwork here, and I want you to watch this left knee. Not a lot of knee bend for a guy his size. He's got more upper body and waist tilt.
I know you got the 3 Stooges over here to back you up, but
I know they're with me. That's all right. I got a couple in the back, too.
These guys squaring off here about who's got all the support. All right, next week we're back to league action on ESPN. After 3 rounds, the New York City WTT Kingpins have emerged as a squad to beat, owned by tennis great Billie Jean King and led by PDW.
Well, I love watching me some team bowling. The PBA League is so fun to watch.
All looking to move into the league championships in Indianapolis later on. Also, we'll see Wes Malott and Jason Sterner bowl for the Don Carter Classic title in singles. But right now, Wes Malott with a major championship on his mind. Cleans up his first spare after striking in the first 6. So much pressure being put on that left knee. And of course, qualifying maybe a little less strenuous, 5 games, and then take the rest of the day off from competition early here.
Big, tall guy uses more upper body tilt than knee bend. And there's 2 ways to get down to the foul line when you're a tall player. You either bend your knee or you bend at the waist. Wes Malott does it bending at the waist. If he had more knee bend, he probably wouldn't be on this tour right now without getting his knee fixed.
First 3 rounds of qualifying, as I alluded to, just 5 games from each player. Then they moved into match play. Wes says, hands off, don't like that. He's letting Parker Bone back in this match.
Yeah, especially if he misses a 3-6-10. That ball checked on him, went through the nose, and a nice break, not leaving a split. Just the 3-6-10, but not the easiest spare to convert out here.
Malott does open up, leaving that 10-pin. You called it, Randy.
And let Parker Bone, the 3rd, right back in this match.
That was a tough sequence for Wes Malott, having to wait a bit, get some things altered on the lane, get some monitors moved, talking with Parker Bone, and he paid the price in the 7th and 8th.
Parker has only doubled once in this game, 3rd and 4th frame. He's had some carry issues.
Working on a strike, though. There's the double. Parker sees the opening.
Roll, Raggy.
Seizes the moment.
And how many times have we seen this? Not only professional bowling, but any professional sport, when you give your opponent an opportunity or an opening, especially Hall of Famers, they just kind of walk right through that open door.
Parker Bone, the 3rd now, cutting the deficit to 17 here in his 9th now. Parker Bone, the 3rd.
That dude's bad to the bone.
And he is letting everybody know about it once again.
Now, no matter what Parker does, he can't shut out Wes Malott. Malott can still strike out 9th and 10th to shoot 255. Parker's best 248, but If Wes Malott doesn't strike on this ball, he could lose.
Wes Malott knows that as well.
Last time on this right lane, ringing 10, great shot out of commercial. Then he stepped up on the left lane and went through the nose, leaving the 3-6-10.
Trying to keep his perfect streak alive against TV matches. And Parker Bone, and there's a messy strike, but it counts.
Well, that's why you put spin and rotation on a bowling ball so you can carry stuff like that, and Wes Malott's got plenty of that. Now, what adjustment does he make here? First ball in the 10th frame. Educated guess coming up on the left lane.
Big moment for Wes Malott, trying to chase down his first major championship as the 3rd seed here today. This is his first step, getting by Parker Bone. Malott got that 10-pin to fall.
Well, you hear how quiet the crowd has got? I mean, Wes tried to get him pumped up. He said, yo, Pflugerville, right, early on. And I'm thinking to myself, Wes, these people are all pulling for Parker. They're just being polite when they're clapping for your strike. As he carries that late 10, that was huge. Now, a strike here and good count on his fill shot. Wes Malott moves on.
And there's nothing Parker Bone can do about it right now. But Malott needs that strike right here.
Strike in 4.
Malott got the strike. All but written down now. A huge moment for Wes Malott, a breakthrough moment mentally in his game, just when he said he's ready to come back and win, when he's ready and happy to be at the bowling alley and performing as he did just there.
Straight ball coming up down the middle. Great run for Parker. Wes needs to stay behind the foul line.
4, and he moves through. How about 10? Wes Malott defeating the 4th seed Parker Bone III to move through to face 2nd seeded Stuart Williams, and the record is intact. No 4 or 5 seed will win the Masters this year. Parker Bone III with a farewell gift to his hometown fans here as he closes out this match.
Well, he put on a good show. Yeah, he ran into a little carry problems early in the game, and Malott tried to let him back in, but closed the door on him in the 9th and 10th. But it was a nice run for Parker, a great week, and it's always a good time when you bowl well in front of the hometown fans and family.
And the family very proud what Parker Bone III has done. They will not be back-to-back major winner this season in the PBA.
You know, you're slipping. You're losing your average now.
We talked about the beatdown that Wes has been giving Parker on television.
Not averaging 279 anymore. That's getting rough.
It's a class act, Lon. He's a real gentleman in a class act.
255, 248. Wes Malott moves through. A huge hand for Howell, New Jersey's Parker Bone III. Just 45 minutes from his dinner plate. Parker Bone with a final wave to the crowd and his family. Coming up next, Wes Malott taking on Great Britain's Stuart Williams for the right to meet top-seeded Jason Belmonte. Come on back.
So, as you can see, Geico's customer satisfaction